National headlines are finally telling a comforting story about the housing market. But for anyone actually trying to buy a home, that comfort evaporates the second you walk into a mobbed open house in Chester County. For months, the macroeconomic narrative has centered on a single idea. The era of peak, punishing interest rates has broken, and the cost of borrowing is cooling down. This chart showing annual mortgage rates confirms the trend. The 2026 projection puts the national average at 5.90%. When these numbers drop, it creates a psychological expectation that the entire process of buying a home is about to become easier. But if the national picture is improving, local buyers should not still be routinely outbid or forced to waive inspections to compete with all-cash offers. This happens because the national average is a mirage. Real estate is strictly hyper-local, and Chester County operates under a highly restrictive, completely different set of economic rules. Let's strip away the national noise and look strictly at the ground reality here in February 2026. On this local report, the defining metric is 1.31 months of inventory. While a balanced market takes 6 months to clear, 1.31 indicates extreme scarcity, pegging the needle deep into a seller's market. Consequently, half of all homes vanish under contract in 8 days. Waiting for better national interest rates in a market this starved of inventory is a tactical error. It guarantees that you will eventually face a larger mob of competing buyers fighting over the exact same properties. To figure out your next move, we have to evaluate this data through your specific situation, starting with the Chester County seller first. Your primary input is leverage. You are deciding to list an asset in an environment with only 1.3 months of supply. This metric shows the favorable outcome of that leverage. On average, homes here sell for 100.9% of their asking price. With the median sold price sitting at $535,000, homeowners who have held their property for a few years possess a massive amount of extractable equity. But the trade-off is significant. Maximizing that equity extraction means the second your house sells, you become a buyer in this exact same brutal market. Sellers hold absolute pricing power right now, but that power requires a rigidly secured plan for where you will live next to avoid a post-sale housing crisis. Flipping the framework to the prospective buyer requires a completely different mindset. Looking at this historical chart, your primary input is entering the market today to capture rates softening toward the 6.10% range. Your goal is to lock in your housing cost before the rates drop below the psychological 6% threshold and pull thousands of sideline buyers back into the competition. The trade-off is comfort. You must replace the luxury of a relaxed home search with a high-speed, aggressive competitive housing sprint. Winning requires specific tactical necessities: a bulletproof pre-approval, the willingness to make a definitive life decision in under 8 days, and the capacity to structure offers over the asking price. For buyers, waiting for the perfect rate is a mathematical trap. Securing the asset today avoids the impending bidding wars that will inevitably drive that $535,000 median price even higher. If you are feeling priced out or fatigued by the Chester County chokehold, the data offers a clear strategic alternative. Expanding your property search out to the much broader Philadelphia metro area acts as a pressure release valve. Active metro listings are up 5.3%, providing over 10,000 options. This increases negotiating power, with 8% of listings taking a price decrease. The pace also slows as the median time to contract stretches to 20 days, doubling your decision time. It is a fundamental geographic trade-off. Sacrificing a hyper-local premium location provides more inventory, double the decision time, and marginal negotiating leverage. Bringing these scenarios together answers the ultimate question: what is the right move to make right now? If you are an empty nester looking to downsize, or you have significant equity and have already secured your next home, you should list right now. The market is positioned to hand you maximum value. Decisive, fully financed buyers ready to act aggressively should strike immediately to beat the rush of demand waiting for the next rate drop. Ultimately, your personal readiness to navigate local market friction matters significantly more than the Federal Reserve's next move. Navigating a 1.3-month inventory market requires a data-driven strategist who can translate these numbers into a winning offer. To build your personalized strategy for Chester County, reach out to Maureen Robinson. Let's look at your numbers, map options, and make your move.